Myself DNS Oscar. Now it's got live. So myself, I am going to handle the class for the become 6th semester, both English and Telugu medium, and both English and Telugu medium. My subject is given as financial services, right? So then, financial services. ఇది చెప్తున్నానండి ఒక్క నిమిషం. షేర్ చేస్తాను, నేను షేర్ చేస్తాను ఒకటి. షేర్ చేసినప్పుడు మీకు కన్వీనియంట్ గా ఉంటుంది. ఒక 2 minutes లో సెటిల్ అవుతుంది కదా అని చూస్తున్నాను. అందరు కూడా సెటిల్ అవుతారు. సో ఐ విష్ ఆల్ ఆఫ్ యూ ఫస్ట్ అడ్వాన్స్ సక్సెస్ in the forthcoming examinations which are going to start from this 31st this month. Prepare well. If you have any doubts, always welcome. మీకు ఏదైనా డౌట్స్ వస్తే కంపల్సరీగా అడగండి. మేము ఈ 6 క్లాసుల్లో కూడా మాక్సిమం కవర్ చేయడానికి ట్రై చేస్తాము. మీకు స్పెసిఫిక్ గా యూనిట్ వైజ్ డౌట్స్ ఏమన్నా ఉన్నట్లయితే అవి క్లియర్ చేయడానికి మేము మెయిన్ గా ఈ క్లాసెస్ ని ఇంటెండ్ చేయడం జరిగింది. క్లియర్ గా చెప్తున్నాను. ఒకసారి ఇది ఫుల్ స్క్రీన్ అంటే పోతుంది. యా, ఇప్పుడు క్లియర్ ఉంది కదా, రైట్. ఇది కూడా బెటర్. 1-2 minutes లో నేను సెటిల్ అవుతాను. మీరు కూడా ఈ లోపు మీకు స్పెసిఫిక్ గా డౌట్స్ కానీ మీరు ఏదైనా అడగదలుచుకున్న పాయింట్స్ కానీ మీరు ఉంటే సార్ చెప్పండి. తర్వాత ఎవరిలో ఒకళ్ళు వెదర్ కుమార్ గారు కానీ రెడ్మీ Y2 అని నేమ్ వచ్చింది వీళ్ళు కానీ నా వాయిస్ క్లియర్ గా లేకపోయినా లేదా నా ఫేస్ విజిబుల్ గా లేకపోయినా నేను షేర్ చేసేటువంటి పీపీటీ కనుక రాకపోయినా మీరు నాకు ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేయండి. డెఫినెట్ గా నేను దాన్ని కరెక్షన్ చేస్తాను. అర్థమైందండి?
వాయిస్ క్లియర్ సార్.
3 పాయింట్స్ అండి. ఒకటి వాయిస్ ఉండాలి, 2 నా ఫేస్ కూడా మీకు క్లియర్ గా కనపడాలి. తర్వాత ఇప్పుడు నేను వీడియో షేర్ చేస్తాను, అదే ఒక పీపీటీ షేర్ చేస్తాను. అది కూడా మీకు క్లియర్ గా అండర్స్టాండ్ అయితే మీకు యూనిట్ వైజ్ గా మీకు కంప్లీట్ అవుతుంది. రైట్? ఈవేళ నా షెడ్యూల్ ఏంటంటే యాక్చువల్గా మనకి ఈవేళ రేపు ఎల్లుండి 3 రోజులు క్లాసెస్ ఇచ్చారు. నెక్స్ట్ వీక్ 3 రోజులు ఇచ్చారు. ఈవేళ నేను బేసిక్ గా ఇంట్రొడక్టరీగానే వెళ్తాను, ఇంట్రొడక్టరీగానే చెప్తాను. ఈవేళ ఇంట్రొడక్షన్ లో మీకు మొత్తం ఇంచుమించుగా అవుట్ లైన్ అంతా చెప్తాను. చెప్పిన తర్వాత రేపటి నుంచి రేపు క్లాస్ లో ఒక బ్లాక్ 1 బ్లాక్ 2 మీద ఇంపార్టెంట్ క్వశ్చన్స్ లాగా ఇస్తాను. ఎల్లుండి క్లాస్ లో తరువుగా మొత్తం క్లాస్ అంతా నేను కవర్ చేస్తాను. సండే నాడు ఆవేళ కొంచెం ఎక్స్ట్రా టైం కూడా తీసుకుంటాను. నెక్స్ట్ వీక్ లో మీకు సమ్మరీ ఆఫ్ ఇస్తాను. నెక్స్ట్ ఆ తర్వాత 2 days లో మీకు 4-5 సమ్మరీ ఇస్తాను. లాస్ట్ క్లాస్ లో కంప్లీట్ 5 units సమ్మరీ, 5 units క్వశ్చన్స్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ గా ఉండేటువంటి ఎట్లా చదువుకోవాలి, ఎట్లా ప్రిపేర్ అవ్వాలి ఇవి కూడా నేను చెప్తాను. సో దిస్ ఈస్ వాట్ ఐఎమ్ ప్లానింగ్ టు డూ ఇట్. ఓకేనా అండి? సో ఫస్ట్ ఇంపార్టెంట్ పాయింట్ ఏంటంటే మీ ఎలెక్టివ్ తీసుకున్న వాళ్ళ లిస్ట్ ఫ్రెండ్స్ కానీ మీ దగ్గర ఎవరైనా ఉన్నట్లయితే వాళ్ళకి ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేసి క్లాస్కి రమ్మని మాత్రం చెప్పండి. క్లాస్కి క్లియర్ గా రమ్మని చెప్పండి. క్లాస్కి వస్తే వాళ్ళకి అడ్వాంటేజ్ అవుతుంది, క్లాస్కి రాకపోయినట్లయితే వాళ్ళకి ఇబ్బంది అవుతుంది. నెక్స్ట్, కమింగ్ టు ది ప్రజెంట్ సిచ్యువేషన్, ఫైనాన్షియల్ సర్వీసెస్. When we are talking about financial services, what it is, how it is. This is basically a subject which is intended for the 6th semester students, which are basically studying about 6th semester commerce subject. This is known as discipline specific elective. Discipline specific elective. అంటే డిసిప్లిన్ స్పెసిఫిక్ ఎలెక్టివ్ అంటే ఏంటంటే మీరు తీసుకునేటువంటి కామర్స్ కోర్సులకి ప్రధానంగా కావాల్సినటువంటి సబ్జెక్ట్ ఏదైతే ఉందో దాన్ని ఇంట్రడ్యూస్ చేస్తారు. అందుకనే దీన్ని డిసిప్లిన్ స్పెసిఫిక్ అన్నారు. ఇక్కడ 2 ఎలెక్టివ్స్ ఇచ్చారు. దాంట్లో ఒక ఎలెక్టివ్ నేను ఫైనాన్షియల్ సర్వీసెస్ అని చెప్పడం జరుగుతుంది. రైట్? ఈ ఫైనాన్షియల్ సర్వీసెస్ లో బేసికల్ గా మనకి అసలు ఫైనాన్స్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఫైనాన్షియల్ సర్వీసెస్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఫైనాన్షియల్ మార్కెట్స్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఫైనాన్షియల్ సిస్టమ్ అంటే ఏంటి, ఇవన్నీ కూడా మనం ఒకసారి అండర్స్టాండ్ చేసుకోవాల్సిన అవసరం అయితే ఉంటుంది. యాక్చువల్లీ వాట్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఏ ఫైనాన్స్, వాట్ ఈస్ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఫైనాన్షియల్ సర్వీసెస్, what is the meaning of financial market, and how these financial markets are going to help the people in different dimensions. ఇది మనకి ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఇష్యూ. రైట్? సో యాక్చువల్లీ మనకు అందరికి బాగా తెలిసిన విషయం ఏంటంటే వాట్ ఈస్ ఎగ్జాక్ట్లీ ద మీనింగ్ ఆఫ్ ఫైనాన్స్? ద మనీ రిక్వైర్మెంట్, how you are getting money, how you are spending money. These are the various important aspects. Coming to the point now, just 1 minute attendance తీసుకున్న తర్వాత
సార్
జస్ట్ 1 second. అండ్ అటెండెన్స్ సేవ్ చేస్తున్నానండి, అటెండెన్స్ పంపించాలి కదా యూనివర్సిటీకి. అయిపోయింది. కుమార్ గారు, మిగిలిన వాళ్ళు ఎవరైనా ఉంటే కదా ఇన్వైట్ చేయండి, మరి మనమే ఉన్నాం.
చెప్తాను సార్, గ్రూప్ లో అయితే ఉన్నాం సార్, అందరికి వస్తుంది మెసేజ్, తప్పకుండా మెసేజ్
చూడండి. కొంచెం కనీసం ఒక 5-6 ఉంటే కూడా
మీకు కూడా ఒక ఇది మోటివేషనల్ గా ఉంటది బాగా చెప్పుకోవడానికి.
ఓకే, కానీ మరి ఏం చేస్తాం కదా, వాళ్ళ ఇంట్రెస్ట్ కూడా ఉండాలి కదా.
ఎస్ సార్.
కొన్ని విషయాల్లో ఏం అనలేం. ఇవాళ డేట్ సార్ 12th కదా, 12th జస్ట్ ఈ ఫైనాన్షియల్ సర్వీసెస్ అంటే అసలు ఫైనాన్స్ లోకి వచ్చేటప్పటికి ద మనీ దట్ కమ్స్ ఇన్, ద మనీ దట్ గోస్ అవుట్, హౌ ద మనీ కమ్స్ ఇన్, మనీ గోస్ అవుట్, దట్ ఈస్ టు బి అండర్స్టూడ్ వెరీ క్లియర్లీ. అండ్ హూ ఈస్ ప్రొవైడింగ్ మనీ, హూ ఈస్ గివింగ్ మనీ, who is earning money. నేను క్వశ్చన్స్ అన్ని జాగ్రత్తగా వినండి, మీకు అర్థమవుతుంది. How the money is coming in, how the money is going out, how the people are able to get money. These are the various important. First of all, every person needs individual finances. Manaki, every person needs individual finance. We are earning salary. Yes, when you are earning salary, it is immediately we will try to increase our savings. మనం కొంత సేవ్ చేసుకుంటున్నాం, కొంత యూజ్ చేస్తాం. So money, where to invest, where to save, how to increase our money. These are our problems. Actually, when in the olden days, we used to save our money in the pots, and we used to dig a well like that, and we used to store. That system is totally gone now. But we are now talking about the increase of our money without putting any amount, effort. What is the putting of effort here? Unless I invest somewhere, or unless I give somewhere, I cannot get interest. When I get interest, automatically my money will get doubled, or it goes or increases. For this purpose, how I can identify who is required, how I can identify who will really give back my money perfectly, how I can identify a person who is really genuine and how much he can give back to me. All these points are required. In this process, the point of financial system, I am talking about financial system. The financial system has emerged. What is the meaning of financial system? Now let us understand. Financial system basically consists of various institutions, financial markets, financial intermediaries, and financial other facilities, and so on. Now I will explain these terms, and I will make you into the book concept also. Financial system includes financial market. Financial market అనేది ఒకటే. ఫైనాన్షియల్ మార్కెట్స్ అంటే ఏంటి? మనకి క్యాపిటల్ మార్కెట్ అంటే స్టాక్ ఎక్స్చేంజ్ ఉంది, తర్వాత అలానే మనీ మార్కెట్ అంటే బ్యాంక్స్ ఉన్నాయి, ఈ రకంగా వేరియస్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. దెన్ మనకి ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ చేయాలంటున్నాం. సపోజ్ ఇఫ్ ఐ ఇన్వెస్ట్ ఇన్ బ్యాంక్, ఐ విల్ గెట్ ఎ ఫిక్స్డ్ డిపాజిట్ రిసీట్ ఫర్ దాట్. Suppose if I invest in company, I will get a share certificate for that. If I go and invest in a other than a public company, it will be considered as a debenture. It will be considered as a loan bond, and so these are all that comes under the financial instruments. Actually, we know very well the check. Check is a financial instrument, no doubt. Promissory note is also a financial instrument. Mari ee financial instruments ni ఎందుకు యూజ్ చేస్తున్నాం? మనం ఒక మనిషి దగ్గర నుంచి ఒక మనిషికి మనీ అనేటువంటి ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ కావాలంటే మనకి ఫైనాన్షియల్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్స్, ఫైనాన్షియల్ ఇంటర్మీడియట్స్, ఫైనాన్షియల్ సర్వీసెస్ అనేటువంటిది కంపల్సరీ. ఓకే, ఆర్ యూ ఏబుల్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ మీ? ఆర్ యూ ఏబుల్ టు అండర్స్టాండ్ మీ? హలో 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 కుమార్ గారు, రైట్. When we are talking about these financial markets, then we talk about the financial institutions and securities. Financial securities basically are financial services also there. The primary objective of every financial system is to identify a person who is having a surplus money, a person who is having a need for the money. When we are talking about two aspects here, one is a person who is having financial need, a person who is having a surplus money. A person, if he is having a surplus, he can lend money, or if a person is having a need, he will borrow them. If everybody is a supplier or everybody is having a surplus, there is no possibility to lend. If everybody is only a borrower, then also it is not possible to lend money at all. So there must be one person who requires money. There is another person who is able to supply money. Here also we are using two basic economic terms, that is supply of money and demand for the money, or the requirement of the money. These aspects we have to understand very clearly. So the primary objective of the financial system is to bring together the two persons. One is a lender and another is a borrower. So lender is the person who is providing the financial resources. Second one, borrower is the person who is taking the money for his personal needs. This is an important aspect that we have to understand. Now, you look to the page number, unit number 1, that is 1.1 introduction. In that, these last two lines are clearly mentioned here, right? Hello? Hello.
Yes, sir.
మీరు యూనిట్ నెంబర్ 1 లో మనకి 1.1 సైడ్ హెడ్డింగ్ లో 2 లైన్స్ ఉన్నాయి. అవి అండర్లైన్ చేసుకోండి. అవి అండర్లైన్ చేసుకుంటే నేను మీకు మిగిలినటువంటి కాన్సెప్ట్స్ కూడా ఇప్పుడే చెప్తాను. మీరు నోట్బుక్ దగ్గర పెట్టుకుంటే మీకు క్వశ్చన్ కూడా ఇవ్వడానికి వీలవుతుంది.
ఓకే సార్.
జస్ట్ 1 సెకండ్. And now, all those who are in the class now, right now, straight away they can open 1.1. In the 1.1 in the introduction, the point is clearly mentioned. So in the last 2 lines, financial system consists of broadly financial institutions, financial markets, financial instruments, securities, and so on. These points you can underline, and that point you can take it as a main important aspect of the objective of the financial system, right? When next, we are talking about this one. What is the meaning of financial services? What is the meaning of financial service? In one word answer, we can say that mobilization of the resources. How you will mobilize the resources, how it can be mobilized, and how you can allocate the savings into that. Just now, as I told you, if one person is saving the money and another person must be able to require that money. Remember very carefully, if everybody is a millionaire, there is some important note is also there in famous economic textbook. If everybody is a millionaire, there is no economy. If everybody is a very poor person, then also the economy does not work out. So there must be an imbalance. Imbalance is very much essential. Then only one will be a giver, another will be a taker. Then only one person is giving the money, who is giving or who is lending the money, he is called as a financial provider or finance supplier. Another person who is taking the money for his personal needs, he will be called as a borrower, or he will be considered as a borrower. These two parties are very, very essential for the successful running of the financial markets. Then in the page in the paragraph number 1.2, it is clearly mentioned that financial services refers to the mobilization and allocation of the savings, right? Mobilization and allocation of the savings. Whenever I am telling very clear. I am in this teaching right from 25 years back. At the same time, I am also handling the classes from the very long back in this particular university, in this reputed our university, that is B.R. Ambedkar Open University. If you have a notebook with you, whenever I tell some point in that, if you note down and write the examination, definitely you will be at the better edge than other students also. That point you remember very carefully. And if you have the material with you, keep the material one side and notebook another side, and this laptop or your phone or a computer in the middle, and try to understand. Whenever I say a paragraph number, that paragraph number you note down in your material book, and if any question or any point is dictated, if you write down, that will sufficient notes for it. That is very, very sincerely I am advising to you on this, right? So first one that you have to mention in that, define financial services. Define financial services. That one you try to make out. So in that is given the paragraph number 1 point. Then I will share the screen to you now. Yes. Are you able to see now? Please.
Yes, sir.
Right. Thank you. So financial services in that. So what is the second point I'm talking about that you see? The meaning and meaning of financial services. Here, two aspects are to be considered. That is, first is savings. What is savings? That one you try to think once. What do you mean by word savings? When savings arise? When savings arise? So whenever there is an income more than required or more than his expenses, then it will be definitely there on the income side. If the income is more, then automatically his expenses are less, then he will be able to save some money, and he will be able to he will be able to make some sort of investment. So now I sincerely tell you that whenever we are talking about this point of savings, how the savings will come? Savings is the excess of amount that is available with the person than his requirement. So how he can save? He can save when more amount of income is there, but his expenses are less. Then second point is that mobilization. I have created a word that is called as mobilization. When it will be considered as a mobilization, when we are talking about a mobilization, if simple savings are there, that is not sufficient. Simply, I am able to save 10,000 rupees per month. That means, what is the use of that? If I am keeping the 10,000 rupees bundle in my pocket, and if I simply keep quiet, what is the use of the saving? I must be able to mobilize the savings, and that means transform the saving. అంటే ఈ ఉన్నటువంటి సేవింగ్స్ ఏదైతే ఉన్నాయో వాటిని మనం ఏం చేయాలంటే మనం వాటిని ఒక ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్ రూపంలోకి మార్చుకోగలిగి ఉండాలి. ఒకవేళ అర్థం కాకపోతే మీరు తెలుగులో అయినా అడగండి, ఇబ్బంది లేదు. ఇక్కడ లాంగ్వేజ్ బ్యారియర్ కాదు, మనకు కావాల్సింది మెయిన్ గా అండర్స్టాండ్ అవడం అర్థం కాకపోతే మాత్రం క్లియర్ గా అడగండి సార్.
ఇంగ్లీష్ ఆర్ తెలుగు బోత్ ఇస్ ఓకే సార్.
థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్. అండ్ ఇది ఒక 5-10 minutes అయింది కదా, ఈ లోపు నేను స్టెబిలైజ్ అయ్యాను. మీరు కూడా జాగ్రత్తగా వినండి. వన్ బై వన్ చెప్తానండి. నేను రఫ్ గా చెప్పుకెళ్ళిపోను, బ్రీఫ్ గా వన్ బై వన్ చెప్తాను. చెప్పిన పాయింట్స్, క్వశ్చన్స్ అన్ని నీట్ గా రాసుకోండి. తర్వాత వన్ బై వన్ క్లాసెస్ లో మనం కంప్లీట్ చేసుకోండి. సో మొబిలైజేషన్ మీన్స్ వాట్? ట్రాన్స్ఫార్మింగ్ ద సేవింగ్స్ ఇంటూ ఎనీ పార్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఇన్వెస్ట్మెంట్. Then what is investment? Then any amount put for the purpose of getting something extra. Suppose I invested 1 lakh rupees in the bank. With what purpose I am doing? I want to get interest over that. I want to get some sort of interest on that. That is called as investment. మనం బ్యాంక్ లో ఎందుకు వేసుకుంటున్నాము? డబ్బులు వడ్డీ వస్తాయని కదా. That part of that intention to get extra money, that is the nature of investment actually. Savings, investment. Savings means excess of income over expenditure is called savings, whereas investment means the putting of these savings or mobilization of these savings into an additional income generation source. That is called investment. So this entire meaning, mobilization of allocation of savings into investment, is the key aspect of the financial services. This is one. Then, are you clear now? Then, characteristics of financial statements is the very, very important question for you in the exam semester, in the examinations also. So remember, note down the question. As I told you, unit 1, financial services. Explain the meaning of financial services, maybe the short question, and then write down. Explain the characteristics of financial services. Explain the characteristics of financial services. Explain the characteristics of financial services. In the paragraph number 1.3, it is clearly mentioned. In the paragraph number 1.3, it is given. Check it once. In the paragraph number 1.3, that you can refer also. In the 1 point, they same, you need not copy, photo, paste or something. I am telling totally from our material book only. Our materials are excellently written. They are sufficient for reading and understanding the entire subject. But for the purpose of explanation, I am typing this one into the PPT. So this is an essay question. It is never comes as a short question, or list out the characteristics may be a short question in your examination. So first characteristic of financial services, that is comes as intangibility. When we are talking about intangibility, what is the meaning of intangible? Financial services cannot be touched. They cannot be seen. So when I'm giving money, you can touch money, but you cannot touch what is the service I am providing. So intangibility is the first characteristic. Then derivatives and catalysts are there. Financial services are all derivatives. What is the meaning of a derivative? Which comes from something other. Financial investment, where it comes? Investment comes from savings. That means investment is a derivative of savings. So derivative ante enti? Oka dani nunchi vere daniki vachedani manam derivative. Derived. The derived is called derivative. Which one is derived is called derivative. So investment is derived from the saving. That is why it is called as savings is the basis for the investment. And then catalyst, which will increase the help for that. These financial services helps for the purpose of increasing the investment also. If you invest in share market, as you are all become students very well known about, if you invest in share market, you will get a dividend. For getting dividend, you must invest in the shares. So how you are investing shares? You are putting your money in a company. That is a financial service again. So through the financial services, you are able to catalyze the investment. Next one is link and tie. What is this link and tie? Financial services clearly link and tie the investors, borrowers. As I told you, if the no bank is there or no commercial bank is there, how I can identify where I can save money? If I need money, how I can identify where I can get a loan? So like that, there is a link and tie is provided by the financial services. So financial services, which includes commercial banks also, that is our all State Bank of India and all, they are providing a link between the borrower and a needy person. Borrower and a person that who is a needy person and also supplier of money. A person who is having money, but we don't know for whom I am giving a loan. That is the reason why the commercial banks are there as a mediator. That is why they are called as financial intermediaries also. When we are talking about, I am having 10 lakhs rupees with me, I will deposit 10 lakhs in the bank, and banks in turn give a loan to another person. Then on the basis of their eligibility, that is means they are linking the person who is having surplus money, they are linking the person who is having the requirement of the money. Then fourth point is that distribution of the risk. The characteristic of financial services is that distribution of risk. So getting loss, the probability of getting a loss or a probability of occurring a loss is called as risk. When we are talking about risk factor, so investor wants to have more amount of return on that. Every investor wants to get more and more amount of interest. He wants to increase. But if we going on increasing this one, automatically there is a possibility of loss. That is reduced by the financial services. They will provide which investment is better and which investment is not supposed to be done, where to invest, how to invest, what to invest, how much to invest. All these aspects are clearly helped by the financial services. At the same time, financial services also help the borrowers from where to borrow the money, where he can get cheaper interest rate, like that they will provide. So distribution of risk from the investor side, distribution of risk from the point of borrower side is also possible for this. And next one, assistance to investors. As I told you, all the investors, they need not search. If you now open a Reserve Bank of India website, there are so many options are there how to invest. So they are providing investors lakhs of pages of information about what are the various investment opportunities and so on. Then inseparability. When you are talking about inseparability, financial services cannot be separated from the person. I am the investor. From me, I cannot get the money out. If there is a cell phone is there, I can give my cell phone to you and I can keep quiet. But at the same time, this is not the question of money matter. So it cannot be done. So inseparability means financial services are totally combined with the financial institution, financial markets, and so on and so forth. Then next point is an agent. Financial services acts as an agent to the investor as well as to the needy of the funds. So agent is not only to the borrower, agent to the investor also. When I am investing my money in the bank, bank will act as bank will act as an agent to me. You have studied money and banking. So bank is a custodian to the investor. At the same time, for the borrower also, bank acts as an agent. Banks act as an agent. Like that it will be. Then heterogeneity. There are so many diversified aspects in this. So diversified aspects are there in the financial services. Some are fund-based, some are fees-based, some are underwriting-based, and so on and so forth. So heterogeneity is the main characteristic nature of financial. Let us go with a small housing loan. We can go for a vehicle loan. We can go for a two-wheeler loan. All these are diversified products. They are called as financial products. That is the heterogeneity. And then perishability. What is the meaning of perishability? That financial services, once delivered, that delivery is complete and they cannot be stored at all. These are basically 9 characteristics are there in the paragraph number 1.3. And this will be a very, very important question for your essay type question on it. Explain the characteristics of financial services, right? Are you able to understand? Please one time confirm so that, yes. Shall we proceed the same way?
Yes, sir. Proceed, sir.
Are you okay with my methodology?
Yeah, sure, sir. Fine,
Right.
sir.
One is explanation aspect. Second one is what is the para number in that? Third one, what is the question important point of that? That's all. We have objective to learn the knowledge. We have objective to write the examination well. Which questions are important? Which will come as short question, which may come as a essay question. My concentration is both on academics as well as examination point. All the best. Then, when we are talking about the importance of financial services, there are 2 types of assets are basically to understand. One is a financial assets, another is a real asset. This is given in the paragraph number 1.4, but it is only a short note type. So financial assets. What are financial assets? What all the instruments financial as that is shares, debentures, what all we are learning now. That is financial assets. If you understand what about a real asset? Real assets are known to us very clear. That is, gold is a real asset, building, machinery, land, all these are real assets. They are having physical sustainability. They are really touched, which can be seen, which can be enjoyed, and so on. So if a real asset, that means if a building is there, yes, today I will give my key to you and there ends the matter. Tomorrow onwards, building is not mine. But that is one aspect. In the gold, suppose if I give a gold biscuit to you and I received money from you, that's all. So these are physical assets, which are immovable in nature maximum, are immovable assets. And other real assets like gold, etc., even though they are movable, they are also comes under the real assets because they can be touched and felt and seen. Then, other than the real assets, any other investment opportunity that comes as a financial asset. What is basically a financial asset? I will tell one thing now. With that, we will go with it. So, if you invest money in the company, what it is called, you will be called as a shareholder. In the business organization also you have studied. So, you will become immediately a shareholder. When you became a shareholder, what the company is giving to you? The company is just giving to you a share certificate. That's all. It is not giving any company rights to you. It is telling that you are the owner of one of the owners of the company, if it is a public limited company. But at the same time, if the company makes a profit, you can claim against the profits. That's all. If the company wind up, then if the surplus funds are available, that money will come back to you. That means these are all claims. These are all claims only. These are all only paper-based only. What you are getting, if I give 5 lakhs to you, you may give gold to me. Gold is physically transferred. But in case of company, if I invest 5 lakhs in a company, I will get a share certificate. That's all, which is a printed paper. That's all. So these are considered to be a financial assets which are claims against a company or an agency. We know LIC policy. What LIC policy is doing? We are paying premium. There is issuing a receipt. We are filing it a receipt. That's all. If something goes wrong, then some other person will claim that is against the LIC. He will get insurance claim. That's all. So here the point what I want to stress you is that all the financial assets are in the form of claims against a company. That's all. Or a particular agency and so on. These are basically intangible in nature. They cannot be touched. They cannot be seen. Can you really touch a share of the company? Is it really there? No, it is entirely paperwork only. These are basically financial assets are two types. That is, one is marketable, another is a non-marketable nature. Marketable nature means financial assets, they can be marketed in the stock market, and another one is non-marketable also. There are like and some other financial assets. This I feel that differentiate between that point you write down. Differentiate between financial assets and non-financial assets. Sorry, real assets. Non-financial kaadu, real assets. Financial assets versus real assets. Financial assets versus real assets. Then you can write simply, real assets are the assets which are mostly in movable nature. Examples are buildings and so on. They will have a physical existence. They can move from one person to another literally. And whereas financial assets are only claims against a company or an agency, they are marketable and they are some are non-marketable. They are intangible in nature. If you write 4 or 5 lines like that, it will be an excellent answer for that. Next. So who are basically the players in the financial services? Who are the various people that are participating in the financial services? Actually, in the importance of financial system, another point 1.4, page number 7. I repeat, in the page number 7, in the paragraph number 1.4, that is you can refer to the page number 7. That is better. In the page number 7. What is the importance of financial services? That is there. So in the case of importance of financial services, 6 points are given to you. That is economic growth, promotion of savings, capital formation, employment opportunity, contribution to the gross national product, and provision of liquidity. These 6 points, if you remember and write one line answer, that will be an excellent answer for a short question. So what is the importance of financial services? This is also one question you can learn and understand. Then I am not going to much concentrate on that. So this is an extra question what you can understand and read. Then in the page number 7, last content, players of financial markets are there. Who are really the players of financial market? They are explained in the page number 8 under the paragraph number 1.6 and the paragraph number 1.6. Kinds of financial services. Who are actually the players now? Actually, there are 4 types of things are there. One is a capital. 2 types are there. Only 2 types are considered as here. That is, one is capital market and another is a money market factor. Capital market and second one is a money market. Capital market and money market. Just understand two lines on that. Then we proceed. Capital market basically talks about the issue of shares to the company, issue of long-term loans, issue of long-term finances to the various people, and so on. Whereas money market basically concentrate upon the short-term financial situations only, short-term financial propositions. These are the major difference between the capital market and money market. And we know better, if you go to the capital market operations, first one capital market operations we feel that is a share market. We know very well stock exchange. Shares are purchased, shares are sold. Every time shares price up, price goes down, and so on. That is considered as a capital market. Along with the shares, there are some other instruments are there. They also will come under the capital market only, like bullion market, commodity market, foreign exchange market, they all come under the capital market operations. When we are talking about money market operations, what are various activities that are taken by the commercial banks and other short-term financial institutions that will come as the money market operation, right? Then fund-based, fee-based financial services we are going to learn in the unit number 2. And just one point I can tell you very clear that if you refer to the 1.6, there fund-based and fee-based financial services is given in the page number 9. 1.7 fund-based financial services are given, and 1.8 fees-based financial services are given. But for your understanding, I am telling very clear. In the unit number 2, please refer, please note, unit number 2, fund-based financial services are detailedly discussed as a separate lesson. So what I want to suggest you is that you take up to introduction aspect of the financial services from the unit 1, block 1, unit 1, introductory aspects of financial services. So what are the points that will come? This is the first slide I have studied, meaning this one, characteristics of financial services, then financial assets versus real assets, and players in the financial market. With that, we can comfortably say that unit 1 is complete. Block 1, unit 1 complete. Then we are going to the unit 2, that is fund-based financial services. Where it has come from the players of financial markets only. We have come from the players of financial markets only. Even the capital market and money market are basically considered as players, they are providing fund-based activities, fees-based activities. So fund-based activities are studied in unit number 2 and fees-based activities are studied in the unit number 3. Right? Right. Are you able to understand now? So first unit in that over. Then yeah, tell me, sir. Any doubts?
Yes, sir. No, nothing.
And I strongly advise one point to you. Whenever it is complete, page number 14, it is given as objective type questions. 10 multiple choice questions are there. Then in the page number 16, fill in the blanks, match the following. Already you are in the 6th semester. You are well experienced in writing the examinations as well as I hope most of you have cleared all the papers of the first and second years also. Even then, no problem. But depend more on the objective type and mug up that one. Immediately after the lesson, for each lesson, 1 to 2 questions will be there. Along with that, if you mug up the multiple choice questions, objective type questions and match the following, definitely you will have a good score in the examinations. Right? Now, I am turning myself to the unit number 2. Unit number 2. Refer to page number 18. Refer to page number 18. Actually, what is meaning of fund-based? But it is given in the 2.2, paragraph number 2.2, page number 19. Page number 19, paragraph number 2.2. అర్థం కాకపోతే అడగండి. Then, coming to the meaning of fund-based services. What is fund-based services? Funds are arranged to the customer and financial intermediaries are charging certain percentage of interest of the amount of funds utilized for the purpose of doing business. For example, venture capital for the startups. What to understand here is that fund-based means we are basically providing the funds. Here, what to understand is that when we are talking about the fund-based financial services, any financial provider will give money to the borrower. ఒకసారి జాగ్రత్తగా అర్థం చేసుకోండి. ఫండ్ బేస్డ్, ఫీ బేస్డ్. Fund based, in case of fund based financial services, amount of money is provided by the financial intermediary to the borrower. So that means a bank is there. Bank will give working capital loan for a company. That means bank will directly give money to the person who is doing the business for the working capital, or a person venture capital. The real estate people, they will take crores of rupees loans from the financial institutions. From where the money is coming in? The money is coming from the banks. Even though investors are different, the money is coming there. If directly 1 crore or 2 crore or sum of money is given by the financial institution to a particular person, that is called fund-based. Fund-based, in the case of fund-based, The funds are arranged for the customers. Who is a customer? A person taking money from the financial services institution, that is called as a customer. And financial intermediaries charging certain percentage of interest. So they will charge 6% interest, 8% interest, and so on. And the amount of funds utilized for the purpose of business. Then this is called as providing venture capital finances and all. What are fund-based financial services? Lease financing, hire purchase financing, consumer credit. It is consumer credit. It is consumer credit. R is missing. Consumer credit, factoring, and forfeiture. This is typing mistakes are here. Venture capital financing, housing financing, bill discounting, insurance services, mutual funds. These are some of the major fund-based financial services. Lease financing. If I want to buy a machine, I will get money for lease. Then hire purchase. I will buy the machine on installment, which is provided by the financial services. Consumer credit. And at the same time, factoring. What is the meaning of factoring? Already we have studied in business finance. Factoring means taking some sort of money as a percentage from the debtors collection. And venture capital financing. So when we are talking about venture capital financing, so any critical venture that is financed by the institution and money is provided, and then it is given for the purpose of interest. And bill discounting. Already in the very BCom first year, you have studied about bills of exchange. So if I draw a bill and any person gives a bill for the amount of purchases, then the bills are discounted by the banks and money is released immediately to the person who sold goods. For that, they are providing money. And already bill discount. Insurance services are very known to you. So insurance products like that, LIC insurance, GIC, car insurance, vehicle insurance, and so on. And next one, mutual funds. Mutual funds also nowadays gaining a lot of importance, and various mutual fund organizations are also there in that. So I simply suggest you in the unit number 2, page number 18 onwards, paragraph number 2.3, the types of fund-based financial services are given a list. And 2.4, 2.5, 2.6 like that, in the different paras, they are explained very clearly up to 2.12 also. And I suggest you to read each paragraph very carefully. Understand what is the meaning of that. If you are able to write a small paragraph which consisting of 5 to 6 lines with an excellent explanation, that is sufficient enough. Remember, the questions are 10 marks questions for you. And at the same time, you are required to complete not all, at least 5 to 6 subheadings. If you are able to cover, that will be excellent answer for the question. So you select any of the convenient topics from you out of 5-6 points and try to elaborate in a positive way. For that, you need to read the paragraph given in the material book for you in a lump sum manner. Right? Thank you. Then lastly, unit number 3, these are called as fee-based financial services. When we are talking about fee-based financial services, for this purpose, the special fee is charged. Fee-based service means on the basis of commission, the institution will be able to give this type of services. That is corporate services, retail-based services. These fee-based services are issue management services, portfolio, corporate counseling, loan syndication, mergers and acquisition, capital restructuring, and all. So this is about unit number 3. So today, because of an urgency, I am leaving it now. So, but I am strictly telling you 1, 2, 3 lessons you read now. Separate paragraphs are mentioned in the unit number 3 also. Any 5 to 6 lines you mention, and that will be an excellent answer for you. So this block 1 will be again revised to you tomorrow. Don't worry. First lesson over, second lesson over, third lesson will be revised in the tomorrow's first minutes, and then I will go for block 2. Okay? All the best. But you read once.
Okay.
Are you able to
Thank
follow?
you, sir.
Right.
Yeah, thank you, sir.
But you read, sir. You read. And,
yeah, sure, sir.
And ask all the students also to come to the class as much as possible.
Important. Already I put in my group, sir.
మనకి మొత్తం ఎగ్జామినేషన్ పాయింట్ ఆఫ్ వ్యూలో చూద్దామండి ఒకసారి.
సరే సార్